And good evening, and thank you so much for watching Denver 7. I'm Ann Trujillo.
And I'm Shannon Ogden. All green lights all the time. And in Lakewood, it's not as crazy as it sounds.
Now, we don't mean there won't be any red lights anymore. You'll just have the tools needed to never hit one. Denver 7's Megan Lopez goes 360 on how it works, costs, and concerns that drivers will abuse the technology.
Every second of every day, no matter what city you drive through, hundreds of stoplights work in unison to control traffic. A delicate dance to create harmony in congestion. But what if you could predict when a light will turn green or how long it will stay red? Would you want to know? Automakers like Audi say this is the future of transportation technology. Other groups are working on a more affordable option. And environmentalists say it could cut down on carbon emissions.
Introducing traffic light information.
For Audi senior strategist of connected data, Balaji Yalchuru,
we see this as foundational for all of the future smart mobility.
He believes green light tech makes for a better, safer driving experience. Audi's Time to Green feature has been around for about 3 years.
It gathers real-time signal information data, and then that gets processed to predict when a signal turns green.
But just last month, it rolled out the Green Light Optimization Speed Advisory System, which tells drivers how fast they need to go to make a green light.
The speed limit recommendation would never be over the speed limit.
Lakewood is one of the cities Audi picked for that project.
We have about 100 signals connected in Lakewood.
The city already had signal control systems in place for its red lights, and Audi uses that data in its cars. But the technology doesn't come cheap. After the initial trial period, it will cost you $200 every 6 months as part of the automaker's concierge service.
You shouldn't have to drive a fancy German car to get the benefit.
Matthew Ginsburg from Connected Signals believes this tech shouldn't only be for those who can afford it.
The data itself should be public as far as we're concerned. It comes from public agencies. It should be public data.
That's why his company came up with a free app that does something similar to Audi.
We'll put a green arc on us. We have a speedometer, and we'll put a green arc on the speedometer. And if you keep the needle in the green arc, the next light you encounter will be green when you get there.
Ginsburg says not only does this type of tech cut down on drivers quickly accelerating or braking at intersections, it also reduces speeding.
We saw a reduction in the frequency with which people entered intersections 5 or 10 or whatever miles an hour over the speed limit.
His company is already operating in cities like Phoenix, and they're working on rolling the app out nationwide by the end of the year. There's also a green factor beyond green lights. A 2016 study shows this type of tech could also cut down on carbon emissions.
What we see is a bunch of cars idling, having to stop and go, right? That's your least efficient version of an engine, and so that's also your most high emissions.
So if drivers are making more green lights and idling less frequently, there's fewer emissions. For environmentalists, this isn't an end-all solution, but
any even marginal decrease in those emissions are so critical.
However, anytime a new technology rolls out, there's concerns it could be abused. Both Audi and Connected Signals have taken steps to try to prevent this from being used for drag racing or speeding to make a green light. But it will be up to drivers to not take advantage of the tech. The future of driving is here, and cities like Aurora and Thornton are already working toward integrating this into their systems. The question now is whether this type of knowledge truly is power, or in this case, horsepower.
Imagine no more waiting at a red light while green cross lanes are empty.
Megan Lopez.
And this is just the beginning.
Denver 7.